motion. Try to fractal model.
Yeah, also, guys, as I'm looking at another chart on the RTY. Watch for any bounces out of the 2470 zone. We already had one. Back down there is kind of again a line in the sand on both the 3 and the 5 minute charts. Trying to look a little more at the Russell.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the stream.
Trade on stream this week at some point.
Looking a little interesting this morning, so we'll see what happens. Give it a few minutes. Let's get over to the charts. All right, so on the 4-hour, we've shifted market structure on the 4-hour. We've pushed up into this 4-hour fair value gap. And I'm kind of torn at the moment. Kind of a little torn. I would like to have seen us hit at least the 25% or the 50% of this fair value gap. So it's possible this support holds and we go up to take out the Asian yesterday's high and maybe push up into that area before we come back down, or with all of this liquidity on the 4-hour below us, that maybe we come down and take out that liquidity and come back to the 50% of the larger DRT. And we do have a fair value gap there that we've tapped before. So I really don't have a bias. I want to see what the market, see which way the market tells us it's going to go. So just going to watch that for a little bit and see what happens. We are kind of around the 50% mark of the higher time frame, so it's possible we come down and just kind of play around this 50% for a little while before moving one way or the other. But we are in December, so if we're looking for that Santa Claus rally, maybe we come up and get into this fair value gap a little bit further. We'll see. And that's on YM, which I'm going to be watching the most this morning. The 15-minute just really isn't showing us anything after the drop in Asia. So going to kind of watch to see. We did have displacement in Asia, then London pretty much consolidated. So I'm looking for either the reversal or the continuation to the downside here in New York. We do have, about 50% of the daily range left to move. So we'll see what happens there. But that's pretty much about it for now. So let's go ahead and pause our music. Going to get out of there. Let's see. I know Zach's going to be coming on soon. Where are you at, Zach? There it is. Actually, we're going to go on over to Kick. Let's get out of Google. Okay. Rips is up. Let's see.
I haven't. What's that one on? Where is that one streaming? I want to see it, I think. I would want to see this one. Is it any good? Is he not going to look at NASDAQ today? I mean, unfortunately, I've only been looking at it for the first hour and a half of the stream. Doesn't it only pass you end of day? The thing is, if you pass it before tomorrow midnight, you still qualify for the promotion, as far as I as I know. Tune in right now. It's gonna,
Okay.
that's the breaks, baby. Nothing I could do. People wanted to look at gold. Shooting to the moon. Oh, oh boy. Damn, what's happening? Bitcoin bouncing. Microsoft waking up a little bit. Back to the point of control here. We did sort of talk about that. If it breaks into that volume show.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a quick break.
I just wasn't paying any attention. Y'all have me looking at gold. Blow up that $10 activation cause? Maybe.
Okay. I've got my ass OBS on a pretty small screen at the moment, so I'm going to take a quick break, everybody. I'll be right back.
A lot of points were gambled on the over right now. Is he doing the Mission Impossible rappel down to hack the mainframe there, Robinho? I passed an Apex on Friday. I thought it would only cost $10, but paid $40. Must have bought before the new sale. The $10 promotion is only for the 100K accounts. Every other account is $40 to activate. That's how that promo works. Dude, he's trying to hack the mainframe there. That's awesome. Was that too quick in the NQ? I mean, I just wasn't looking at it. That's all. I missed the whole thing. Plus, I don't really have my trading hat on. I'm up 61K, so I'm kind of just like, meh. Do you go in with a set lot size or scale in? I usually scale in. Depends. Like, if I got to get it there and now and we're getting like a news print that's very important, you know, maybe I'll scale in all the way right away. PMI is at 9:45, 15 minutes after the opening. It's definitely going to get spicy, for sure. Just bought 100K myself, fucking activation fee. There you go. I mean, the all-in cost is what, $69 hairs or something? I think. It's pretty good. You remember, you got to take it slow. Once you get out of the trailing drawdown, all bets are on, right? But the idea is that you got to take it awfully slow getting to that trailing drawdown bit. That's it. Did you get that hat locally? This one I ordered off of their website, but they do have it locally. I got the other one locally, but yeah, they have it. They have it at the Wynn store right now. I was there on Thursday before dinner, I think. Yeah, Thursday. They have it right now. It's a nice hat. They're like pre-fold. They're just nice. Very nice quality. Thou Art Board says, I think that's where I mess up. I need to be slow moving beyond the trailing drawdown, then scale up. You do. I mean, just trading on micros is the move. Think the PMI move is big enough to YOLO these Apex evals? It could be. I have no guesses on that, but it very well could be. It really just comes down to your budget. Like, anything is worth YOLOing if you have the budget, I guess. Rips on the pitch and catch. How does he know where to enter on the pullback? Is the velocity of the price on Bookmap slowing down? That does help a lot, but looking left is going to be your answer for that, Castrate. Looking left in areas of prime liquidity. All right, we came up and we kissed this area of liquidity almost perfectly. All right, it's also at a whole number, so looking for a rejection there is probably a good thing to do, right? Nice Rule 1 investor taking it.
All right, we're back. Gonna be pretty patient this morning. Unless we get some strength on this 15-minute chart. With all this consolidation right here, there could be some manipulation this morning, so I'd really like to see a 15-minute fair value gap form. And we're going to be opening up below yesterday's low. New York low. Just remember, everybody, when I talk about when I'm talking about lows or highs, I'm talking about New York sessions, not the Globex sessions. Okay, so that's a big difference there. Good morning, Hazel. So again, I am I would have liked to have seen up a higher push up to the 25% of this 4-hour fair value gap, but we did tap into it and immediately reversed with a bearish engulfing on the 4-hour. And we do have this liquidity below us on the 4-hour to come back down to the 25% DRT level. So we now have two DRT levels. We have the larger sell side, and we've shifted market structure here to the upside. So I do have a dealing range to the upside now in green. My downside DRT is in white, so we're going to watch that. We do have our fair value gap right at the 50% from the sell side that pushed through on the upside. So we've created a bullish gap right at the 50%. So I would like to see the 25% hold if we come down. If we do that, then I think we should be headed back up into this fair value gap again. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, obviously, we're not making it down there today. We're already halfway through our daily range. We got about 300 points to the downside we could move before we hit daily range. Of course, we could always go further than that, but this would be, well, yeah, I guess we could. The 25% is at 280, so that's about 200 more points. So yeah, we could definitely make it down there. And see what happens. So we are breaking the range to the downside here before the open.
Plot twist, we got more giveaways. We're giving giveaways away all day. Anyway, I can no, Rocker, no. Well, you can work for me right now by letting me know if
So, yeah, we'll, let's see. Maybe we get that 15-minute fair value gap right off the open, which would be nice. So I've got my Tradify account up on the TradingView charts, and then we've got showing two of my top one, the 50K ignites that are in green. That says leader. That has 3 accounts in it. The other one is a single account because I can only copy trade one group at a time. But I do actually have 4 windows up over here. So that is my copy trading on the ignites, my elite sim funded, and then my 2 instant sim fundeds. So I have all my accounts up on top one over there. They're all on YM. Oh, no, they're not. I was looking at some other stuff, but we're going to go switch everything to YM here. I am kind of interested in NQ as well. So we're going to have to kind of watch that. Because NQ's initial balance probabilities are a little bit higher than YM right now. So we're going to be a bit interested in seeing what that does. Let's set all of our contract entries to 5 on YM.
We are here on the Project X platform with Top One Futures. Now, this is going to be very short-lived, as you know.
Okay.
Project X is going by the wayside. Almost all firms are going over to
Looks like we're going to go take out the London low pretty quick here.
It's Cyber Monday. We got Cyber Monday deals pinned to the top. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I want to focus on the markets off the bat. Last week was all over the place. CME not letting us all trade. Thanksgiving week, holidays. We're back.
So let's get back over and make sure we're on trading view here.
Good weeks left in this year before we come into Christmas week, and it's pretty much lights out until
Okay.
a few days after the New Year.
So we're good there.
So here we are, guys. 9:25 a.m. Eastern. We are here again looking at
Uh,
count. Technically, this is a free live count.
4 minutes to the open.
Top futures on the Project platform, the same one I've been giving you guys day in and day out here. Been going well. Deep, possibly keep that rolling for December. Now, taking a look at the markets. We had some selling pressure, right? We know what happened over the last week here in YM. I really didn't capture the longs that I would have wanted to capture here. I got in and out a few times. Very, very small profit. All the way back up. This looks like a correction. This looks like we're opening up to the downside to me on this daily, weekly, monthly candle right now. We're going to catch a little bit of correction. We did that overnight, right? We opened up right up to the downside.
Okay, so in Q we've got some double tops up here for when we start heading for that liquidity up there. Gold, we just swiped this high here. We'll have to see if that continues. Looks like we just rebalanced this fair value gap.
I wouldn't classify this as super volatile price action based on what we've seen. Sometimes I
Okay.
grab the measurement tool.
Let me just take a look and see what was going on in the other markets.
Over here to the left-hand side, measurement tool. We drag out. What this tool will do is
Okay.
tick and point measurement. Ticks are points here on YM.
It's a pretty big 15-minute candle headed down for the London. We'll have to see if that continues.
Before market opened up, I can tell you I knew I wanted this short. We're not open yet, but as we were in pre-market here, I can tell you I wanted this short. I still want it short. Overall, along with the US indices, I really on that this year. I believe more of a bull than I have been.
15-minute 200 is still angled up, so we'll have to see if we get a really hard pull here that starts changing that. Yeah, we are playing in this gap that was created here, balanced price range that's been created here. So it might be an area for consolidation a bit.
I've been reflecting on that a lot also. These intraday moves on the indices are really tricky. It just feels like they're not giving us the fuel for the move. Very good session. It's not today, I mean just the price. Price is really just not been giving us the bulk of the move. Forth, and then maybe of London, we kind of get this larger movement, kind of like what we saw here, like the big.
30 seconds to the open.
So anyway, here we are. If we start to pop to the upside, I'm gonna look to aggressively short this. I'd love to find a way in short here with a stop above this high. Already stood below. I don't think it's extreme. And then come all the way back down. I think if we sweep this low and blast through the high, I'm dead wrong. Like I often talk about in terms of being right or wrong. If we are sweeping this low here and we come all the way through this high, we go and trade, 300, 400 points higher.
All right, there's a nice little pop up.
Be up, bullish day. We're gonna flip this candle, daily candle bullish, and this will have looked like a really nice buy. We get towards all-time highs and put a really long wick to the downside, right? Could absolutely happen. Could open up December nice and bullish. I do note it is the first day of the month. We want to be a little bit cautious. We want to take that into consideration. Wild moves, right? Right into the close of the month, beginning of playing out off the open here. We're looking bearish overall.
Push up to the 2 minute 9.
Time frame, if we zoom way out and go to the daily, which I think is very bullish, right? Overall structure out of these lows the last couple days, last week, right? It's a couple weeks where we bottomed out. Bullish, right? Push highs, right? Prior day high, breaking above. Prior day's lows not getting taken out. If we look at the open today, looking pretty good, right? We sold off right at the beginning. We failed to get back to the VWAP. Opening up towards the low end of the candle and breaking it, right into the open, breaking the prior day low. We are pushing previous lows, right into this open. We're putting right here. This is looking pretty good. Now we got volume point of control here, so not incredibly unbalanced. Like we're opening up way outside, and this is making it easy. But I could definitely see this continuing. I definitely would not mind the short up here. I think what I'm going to have to wait for is at least a way to short risk. I would say 200 points not lost, not high end. I want to run for now. Maybe that's going to play out.
That could be some nice manipulation.
I'd like to be really wide outside.
Let's see if we go back up. That was a lot of volume to the downside. See how that just pulled the 200 right over into almost. Oh, sorry, that wasn't the 400 or the 200. All right. So we still have the 200 on the 15 minute pointing to the upside. We'll have to see how that works out. We need to go ahead and put our 930 VWAP on. Set that on the 2 minute. Oh, back it up, microphone. You're getting in my way. All right, there we go. All right, no 15-minute fair value gap. That was pushed back up to the 15-minute 9. I would like to see us come down to about the 25 here. I would really love to see that, but we did just sweep all of those 4-hour lows. Okay, and we do have that 4-hour fair value gap that's been holding, right? So if we go and break, get back above this 4-hour bearish gap, then definitely would be looking to go back up to the 25% level of the 4-hour fair value gap above us. Get back up into that fair value gap, and then we could come down and take all these lows again to come back down. So that was a good sweep. That level right there. Okay. And sweeping a low, yeah, in upwards motion that we've been on the 4 hour, swiping that low could, be the manipulation we need to go higher. But we haven't had a really good pullback since we broke structure. Okay. And I would like to see that pullback. It doesn't have to be huge, but I would like to see, some kind of pullback here. We've had 3 nice legs: 1 consolidation, 2 consolidation, 3 consolidation, 4. So we've had 4 nice push-ups on the 4 hour without a major pullback since these here before breaking structure. So I would like to see a better pullback coming off of this. How much consolidation do we have in this area before creating that pullback? If we're looking to end the year at all-time highs, we probably should come back down a bit in the first part of the month, and then maybe head back up. So let's take a look at the monthly chart here. Okay. Okay. Now watching my 2-minute chart, remember these are 5-minute fair value gaps. Okay. We're back into previous New York session. And that previous high is up here. So, yeah, Asia came down, broke below the previous New York session. London popped back up into it. The low pretty much held as support. Then right before the open, we popped down. Now we're pushing back up. That's pretty good manipulation of that 2-minute range there. But are we getting double manipulation here to just go up and take out the New York or the London high and then fall back over again? We'll just have to watch that for a minute. We do have some PMI numbers coming up at 10 o'clock.
I typically don't like to trade through red folder news if I don't have to. It's not my not my preferred thing to do. But on a PMI, I'm not as worried about it. Different levels of red folder news, right? There's kind of different levels of high impact news. FOMC is going to be a lot more through CPI. Here we go, guys. About 35 points away from where 35 points away from where I was looking. Not quite there yet, right? I said 47,600s for a pop to the upside. We are here right at VWAP. This could be all we do. I'm looking for YN to pull that kind of overshoot, wick up movement, which it often does. Just my level of entry, right? You know, why not get involved down here? It's not bad, right? But if I did that, you know, where would I really want my stop? I really want a stop loss outside of this. Again, that's allowing for a ton of room. This still could be, you know, a nice positive risk to reward trade, or even if that doesn't matter to you, a decent risk structure. I am attempting to keep my individual losses on this account, at least for now, until I really start to scale and size up. Around that $1,000 risk per trade, I prefer not to run micros if I don't have to. And if I did that, I got a stop loss inside.
Hmm.
That would be beautiful.
There's our 5-minute range. We broke above into that 5-minute gap, rebalanced the gap. If we're looking at the 1 minute, let's take a look. Okay, well, you did get your 5-minute or 1 minute fair value gap that closed outside the range. That closed right into that 5-minute fair value gap where the 50% has held so far. Or is this showing? I need to make sure that's still showing a 5-minute. Yeah, okay. That's still showing the 5-minute fair value gaps. Okay. Midline of that gap is showing some resistance. We also have a pivot point just above. I mean, if I had to pick a direction, I would say that I wanted to be bearish today, looking for that pullback. Right into a 15-minute bearish gap.
Line in the sand, 47,600s. We got to get close. 30 points is close. 20 points is close. I'm going to be front running the level.
Let's see how this pivot point reacts.
This is where the patience comes in, right, guys? Got a thesis. 15 minutes to this red folder news. Again, I'm going to be comfortable running into this one. We are only just back at VWAP, so this isn't anything too crazy. But again, line in the sand for me, area was looking right around that 47,600. Like I said, as we came up close to it, a little bit closer. Like, you know, if I throw an area of interest and I'm taking the trade 30, 40 points lower every time, I'm front running it. I think this might be it. But I'm going to wait patiently and see. I stick to my guns. Stick to my guns. What's up, chat? Which your name? Yeah. Jack Daniels kind of more. Hey, sir, how are you? Good.
That was a bullish engulfing candle on the 15-minute. We also made a double top on the 4-hour. Let's see what happens there.
This would be clean, but this is really wide. This is like really wide. I don't know that I need to take 250 points against me to let me know that I'm wrong. I'm gonna come right in here. I'm gonna come right to the high, right, guys? I think we are much less likely to come up here and then come all the way down through. Like, can that happen? Can we do this? sure, we can. I don't think that's as likely than anything within here, right? Anything within here, even just dancing up here, we might be on the ground. I'd really like to see a projection right up here for considerably lower.
All right, we've got
Pop to the upside. We
9 minutes left on the 4-hour candle.
do this.
We are getting above this 4-hour fair value gap here.
Be the low that gets put in for the day, and
We may actually, after sweeping these 4-hour lows, go up and take out more of this 4-hour fair value gap. That's a good color change off the 9 on the 2 minute.
But anyway, happy with this one. Something I want to take every day. It's not a sweep of pre-market highs, right? Being all the way up here. More of a continuation, right? More of a continuation style trade, although somewhat aggressive as we are coming back into the upside. So got about 9 minutes, 8.5 minutes to red folder news. Definitely something to be cautious of, guys. Like I said, I'm acknowledging I'm running this one into red folder news. I'm aware of red folder news coming. I wanted this entry point on my area of interest. If it gets invalidated on news, so it's invalidated out. Something to be cautious of. Because you take a really quick stop out, you can project X. But I look at this to the downside. We talked about targets. I'd say somewhere down here.
I'm going to take a quick look at this 4-hour bearish engulfing. $47,661 is the midline of that bearish 4-hour bearish engulfing candle. So we got pretty darn close to that.
Arrogant confidence, but also recognizing that I have no idea what's going to happen. Nobody knows. Anybody that tells you they do is either a con artist or just not experienced. Right? So let's see what the shorts got for me today.
If we move that down to the low, then we're coming right into the 6.2 and 7.0 of this displacement down that broke the swing.
6 minutes and 50 seconds.
And coming into the 10 o'clock hour, Easel, I would imagine you got your target profit there. AC, come here. Okay, so 10 o'clock hour is coming up. We're in the golden pocket on the 4-hour. We're right into a 15-minute fair value gap. Mm-hmm. 661. Okay, so we've hit the 50% of that bearish engulfing on the 4-hour. Let's see how price reacts to it. And being in the golden pocket, we got about 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes till the 10 o'clock hour.
She never has an end to food. Oh, that's nice. Here.
Okay, so let's take a look at the 1-hour. What are we looking like here? Lots of 1-hour consolidation, manipulation, push to the upside, right into this 1-hour fair value gap. The 7.0 is right at the rebalance of this 1-hour fair value gap. So let's see if we close above that.
I think maybe it was yeah, I will have the last.
Could very well be a seek and destroy day.
Yeah, I do. It's not sliding it. I think it's okay. Down here, in some ways, sometimes I can't, that makes it lay flat. I know. Let it down. They go right.
Okay, so let's take off the opening range. Let's put the initial balance back up. Okay.
All the way up to the 47,700. Still overall bearish on the day. All of these US indices and quite a bit of the Mag 7 holding red on the day. Getting close to flipping that.
They just got those, elevator shafts. Not know about the elevator shafts.
For me, I'm in the trade. I got my stop loss at 985. I recognize the closer that we get to it, the closer that I'm going to be hitting the red folder news. Right? Not necessarily the deeper, the proper
You know, we kept telling them, everybody told them,
We got 1 minute left on the hourly candle. Also going to have news at 10 a.m.
well, sometimes, you can worry about playing back in the back, and they can come up, so. I'm just saying, you want to play? Then here comes Andre. Well, then we get rid of, we don't like playing it.
So far, looks like we are going to close above the 7-0.
And then they distract the whole game. And I told her, if you want to play, that's fine, we can have words, we can't hear it. I'm a cigarette for half an hour.
Okay, so we've closed below the 7-0. Or above the 7-0, sorry.
play. Play. What are you saying here? Carry on conversation when you don't actually see it.
We definitely broke 50% of the 4-hour bearish engulfing. Oh. Yeah.
Only thing I had to do after I got everything out was the floors.
Blasted right through this 4-hour bearish.
And back to the bed. And,
Well, it depends on your risk tolerance.
one I consider not to be important. Well, that's the brain, what it's doing. Why, this has a little. Yeah, they've got to know what to do. What about and then you got fired from Walmart. We hope you box open a box. And use it.
And news didn't really do much.
And let's say even he lost it, he got back up, remember? And he lost it once and they hired him back. The problem is it's taking him back. Well, something like that sounded, because I said, well, I said, I don't know what I'm looking for, but I said, that's why I said, good, it's signed the window. So it's got to be great.
We did hold the 75% of that 4-hour DRT. Do we create the 50%? Fair value gap there? A pretty good rejection from that 5-minute. That 15-minute fair value gap up there. The midline held really well. We're now into the biggest candle in the 2-minute push-up. So let's see if buy side can hold there, which also was our 5-minute fair value gap at the 50% of the bearish engulfing. It's a really nice hold at the 75% of that bearish engulfing. Coming back down to New York VWAP. Can't get to that to change the color because of where it's at inside the other indicator. 15 seconds left to invert this 2-minute gap or hold it. All right, we did not invert it yet. Let's see if we get a 21 hold down here.
I want the call, Mr. Prescott.
581 is the 21. We're right back down at the 50% of the 4 hour. So we did close above the 7.0, but we held the 7.5 and so far rejecting it pretty darn good. Still no trade for me yet though.
Oh, before he did that though, he called her reprimanding a president.
We did reject the pivot point, daily pivot point pretty well. Pulling back to about the 50% of the first 1 hour of trading. That's been made so far. Well, the first hour isn't over yet, but
live here on X, YouTube, Kick, sometimes IG, but more often not than on IG. Live, 100% free every damn day. 9 no course, no VIP, no mentorship. I'm selling anything. I got about firms, software companies, data providers that I'm affiliated partners from. But it's a nice mutually beneficial relationship where you can hop in the free Discord, 100% free Discord
we did invert that gap. We're making bearish gaps now, 5-minute bearish gaps on. See if we get another bearish engulfing candle here on the 15, coming back down to the 15,200. Back down to the previous session's low. We are below New York VWAP.
and take down my channel. But a whole lot of people have been getting accounts restricted.
Back to the 15-minute
So if you want to
200. Back to the 2-minute 200.
we got a ton of different platforms to stream and trade on. I have a 100% free Discord. It is a Whoop link. I don't sell anything on block. I just use it to try to keep the scammers out. In the chat on YouTube and in the comments on the live. If you guys want to hop in the 100% free trading community, just in case something happens on any of these streaming platforms, you guys want to still get giveaways because we give away accounts almost every day out here. One of them today. Plot twist. We're giving more out. It's Cyber Monday. We're giving out accounts. Instant funded accounts. Feel free to hop in. I'm gonna throw it on YouTube and Kick also. But that's crazy, dude. It's insane. Absolutely insane, man. Stream's doing well. I really do. Absolutely insane. That's a new high watermark for sure. For sure. Sloth Father says, get off X, come over to Kick. I want to log. ES. Yeah, we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this. What's happening right now. Back, this is the time. We got come through this low. If you find virus, come back to this high. Acknowledge that right now. We're not losing it, right? Come back down.
We did make a double bottom this morning. Pretty much. Relative equal lows on the 15-minute. And
Holding on to this bad boy, but this is decision making time, right? If we do this, and we start to come back up here, that's going to look like a really structured to the upside, right? In case that we don't want to go lower, we're potentially going in the upside. It's going to look I want to see
yeah, if we break all those lows.
come through the low.
So we didn't make a new high. So we could be coming right back through these lows to come back to the 25%, which is down around the S3 pivot point.
Come down and break that IB low. Really clean move to the downside. We could definitely be seeing this take off. Do we have to do that? I think there's going to be buyers here, right? I think we're going to run into some support right at VWAP.
So this could be a little, this could be quite interesting.
We're coming back down to this area of high volume. We're likely to find some buyers here to put up a fight. Are they going to win that fight and bring it right through the highs? Maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty much waiting for initial balance to be set now. The lower high on the 4-minute kind of gives me a little bit more, a little bit more bias towards the downside to get down to this, at least the 25%. Do we go back down to test that 50%? 50% of the higher on the sell side market maker model? Possibly. Or do we just stay in this 4-hour consolidation area? Yeah. That's pretty possible too.
But if you want, we live on Kick also.
Now we are still making 5-minute fair value gaps here to the downside. So basically, what I'm looking for, and I may even do it on the 1 minute. So basically, what I look for on the IB is really strong strength through the IB low. Like with fair value gaps, I would be looking to enter just on the fair value gap. If it's not a real strong move, I'm looking for it to wick and then pull back to like the 25%, and then getting short from there. If the 200s here do hold and we head back for initial balance high, again, I'm looking for strength for that, which I'd be okay with, because then we're looking at, breaking this 4-hour high. I would look to break this 4-hour high and move to at least the 25% of that 4-hour fair value gap, up around 47,862. We're gonna have to, pretty much see. We did not engulf that 15-minute candle, but we did not make a fair value gap either. So, we're not showing strength to the upside holding yet. We are breaking the 2 minute or the 1 minute 200. So I'm going to switch back over the 2 minute. We're breaking through the 2 minute. I am, man. We're coming back to previous session low. If we invert this 5-minute gap and get back below previous session low, I may very well go short from there for my first trade. I'd like to see price come back up on the 2 minute, right around this pivot point, get these EMAs back to a downward motion on the 2 minute before I enter. And I would like that to happen before we break the previous session low. Right now, from previous session low back to the 21 is like 81 points. That's a little too big of a stop for me. And if we do come back up here and see rejection off of it, then I would be able to maybe take that trade. Looks like the 2 minute 200 is holding. We're below the 15 minute 200. We've got 10 minutes to the initial bounce low. I'm going to have to take a trade here. Okay. Then I'm going to pull my stops down a little bit here. Not much, but just a bit. I want that 2 minute 200 to hold now that we did hold it and we are pushing below previous session low. So entering here, if we do break the low, I can still survive the pullback to the 25. Okay, so I'm pretty okay with that right now. The 2 minute is 5:43. Okay. And we are coming into all these 4-hour wicks down here. Um, breaking back below the 15-minute 200. Yeah. Now I am. My risk is above that point. It's above the 15-minute 9, above the 15-minute 21. On the 15 minutes, so I like the entry. I'm not thrilled about taking a trade this close to the initial balance being set, but it's just it's just a spot I need to get in here. So I am in every account on this trade. My risk is anywhere from $87 to $92. I really wouldn't mind us coming down and wicking the initial balance low and then pulling back, after the initial balance is set. Wicking below it, coming back to the 25. And if you see that, the 25% level of the initial balance is also setting at the previous session low, right? So, and with my bearish bias to want to come down here to the 25% of this 4-hour dealing range buy side, that kind of lines up with everything that I'm wanting price to do. It's just a matter of if we actually get down there to do it, right? So we do have this 5-minute fair value gap that we're in right now. The 2-minute SMAs definitely have to come down and get back to us here, right? At least the 9 now is below our stop loss. Just not sure, if it can hold it. I would like to see, I want to see some strength to the downside, but I really don't want to see it until the initial balance closes. But I also want to see our stop loss hold. So we're kind of between a rock and a hard place here of what we want to see on the charts. And we have the possibility, there's some strength, but we still have 5 minutes. I'm pulling my stop down a little bit further. I want to see this a little bit. I want to see previous session low hold, which is the 25% of the initial balance. And that's sitting at about 47,543. Okay, so that's about $72 on all of my other accounts. Okay, so I'm gonna pull all my stops down to about that area. That's a little more than half my normal risk. So let's see what happens. We are coming down to all of those 4-hour lows. So let's see if what we do here.
What happened on Twitter? Yo, we're almost at
What?
If you're new, man, welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. More than
And yeah, I would love to see a little bounce here, and not actually break yet. I mean, give us 3 more minutes before breaking the IB low. Yeah, our average excursion to the downside is down here below our target, which is nice. We're gonna make a lower IB. I mean, if we see some really, we broke okay, we're making a new IB low. We haven't made the IB yet. We're almost at 1-to-1. I'm pulling my stop downs to break even here. I can't justify holding it there anymore since we're showing strength to the downside. So we're going break even on all of our stops. We're still above the 25, but just barely. I mean, if this thing wakes back to us, it's going to take us out, but we can always re-enter this trade. But we are at 1-to-1 down to our target. So, our stop is in the upper portion of that 5-minute fair value gap that was created. Yeah, we haven't broken that 4-hour low yet. And if we don't, then, we could be making a swing low here on the 4-hour. I'd still really love to see this thing come back to the 25%. Less than a minute to make the initial balance low. We are coming back to this support level here, pivot point. I'd really like to see us break through that with a little bit of strength.
We're not out of the water yet, guys. I love this. I love this move. I love this turn to the downside. Could we just come down here, tap this high, That's not what I'm.
All right, initial balance has been set. I'd really like to see some strength through this pivot point here. I'd love to see a 2-minute fair value gap made here, breaking the IB low. We did break that 4-hour low.
Have to if I'm ever going to realize large winners, right? The downside,
Okay, we're pulling back into initial balance. Rejecting off of the pivot point. Our SMAs are in alignment for a downward trend, but we need the 21 to come break down below the 200.
No, it's on you, TV.
don't let a winner turn into a loser, right? I don't think it's simple.
My brother-in-law has usually.
Yeah.
Nice thought. But if you never let a winner turn into a loser, I think you're going to
Actually, I am going to take my stop loss just back above previous session low here. That puts us at the top of that 5-minute fair value gap as well. Actually, no. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that down here. I'm just not. I don't want to be losing any money on this trade if it comes back on us. But I am going to leave everything. I'm not going to close the trade early. I really want to see us go hit target. Now that we've broken below, the average excursion, we're well above that on our take profit. So yeah, I mean, a little consolidation here would be nice to let those 2-minute SMAs catch up a little bit, right? I mean, we still have 200 points on our daily range. Would like to see a little push here. Create that fair value gap we're looking for.
Sometimes they'll say you have to sign in, but no, sign in to this.
Need about 30 more points to the downside.
I mean, that's just the reality TV, yeah. But I don't think
decent level of structure and price action to your
in this little house right here, you pay to do all these things here.
I
And we have,
retested down here.
if you get one video, I remember,
All right, I'm going to move down with the 9 EMA here.
any of the stream you go into, you have to make an account with that. If they will say sign in, look at you sign in. This one,
Okay, and that is
my TV, if I had
the 2-minute. We're going to move our profit down. We're going to lock in at least $100 here.
signs like this,
Okay.
you know, in those boxes, folks to go up, reading things like turn. Oh, yeah, they're very sensitive on the screens. And then when you hear you want to have you do whatever, see about me.
Hey, we've put in another 5-minute fair value gap.
Here's this little house here, the baby, like, I want to go to a different one, I just passed through that house. Then I'm gonna go over there.
I may take off a couple of contracts here.
I don't have it on here because I have to see the replay. I have it in the bedroom on that evening.
Coming back to initial balance low. Hmm. We're gonna hold this, see if we get in the hold of the 9-minute EMA. Get back below initial balance low. I would like to see us close back below initial balance here. I really don't want to see it pull back to the 25 right now. We are back above that pivot point.
I'm looking for the low end of this, right? The low end of this move here, 325. So that's my earliest I'd like to allow myself to take profit.
If we get back to the $300 mark, I think we'll take off some contracts. Maybe that's what I was looking to do, but we pulled back up a little bit from that mark. So now I'm just kind of stuck in holding for the $100 profit, or seeing if we can get that push back down. We are holding that 5-minute fair value gap. 4 more seconds. We are staying below initial balance low. We did reach up towards the 9 SMA there.
Ricky. Rick. Rick.
What?
Pay for Paramount.
No, it comes with our Walmart Plus.
Or some of Walmart Plus. You gotta have Walmart to take care of those things.
We'd like to see this close below the 50% of this 5-minute gap. Still got 48 seconds left. No, don't like that. I don't like that at all. Unless it holds that 9-minute. I really didn't want to invert any 5-minute gaps down here. Really did not want to see that. Looks like we are going to invert that gap. Yeah. See what happens here at the 9. Put us right above that gap there, which is 475. Not liking that push up at all. I mean, we could push back up to the 25, and we could take another trade there.
That's all we show.
That one is tougher in a lot of respects.
So we need to get back through this inverted 5-minute fair value gap.
That also works as a minimum these days, right? You can't make all of your profit. Just request a payout. It doesn't work like that.
That's hardly.
I would say that kind of takes the gambling out of it. Unfortunately, for better or for worse, you have to be consistent.
And we got 3 minutes left on the 15-minute candle. It's going to be coming back. Looks like it might be coming back towards the fair value gap. That's a little bit of a weak 15-minute candle.
Get a bunch of benefits. Like contract sizing, and intercept pin, leverage, right? Benefits are I can hold this trade
Yeah, we didn't make it back through that 5-minute inverted.
that and put $8,000 in my bank account.
Tracker. That's what I've been watching, the trackers. He used to play on the solo opera.
So
He does it on his phone. Somebody comes up missing. It's the same people that did the story.
That's a nasty push-up.
Down on season 2, episode 15.
I will say all the way up to this point,
But it's a good story. He used to play on the solo opera. I think it's on Urban Nursery.
We're at the 2-minute 15.
All the same people that did the story every week.
broken right here. If we just crack it and come right back in, that's not going to make the case. But
The 2-minute 21 is up at the 21 DRT of the initial balance. So we could possibly come back to the 21, which will stop us out, and take another entry from there.
I watch it do a lot of times just because it's,
I don't need it to be a massive winner. Like I said, right down in here.
We'd like to see this 15-minute candle close to the downside. We got 45 seconds left.
it goes and the leaves go out, but the roots don't.
Would like us to close at 10:45 below the initial balance, so we don't have a initial balance failure on the 15-minute.
I'm pretty lucky if I pass the stuff down to you. I wouldn't want it to be, but.
Yeah, we just closed back inside initial balance. Don't particularly love that. I mean, I don't like it at all, but I'm still going to lock in that $100 so that we can take a trade back at the 25% level. Looks like we may very well do that. So on the 15-minute, we have not closed outside of initial balance. Which doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence here.
Well, we were hanging out on here watching this trade. Maybe come back, we'll see.
He just got forever when they do it, but then after he got so bad, he had a surgery. can't have surgery and recuperate. She became a form without a chair. And she said, I don't want to breathe, can't breathe, hardly. And, we got out to go.
I mean, it was a big move to the downside, so, you know, having a bit of a pullback here is to be expected.
Yeah, and then she had the sequence, I had one when I was in, Portland, I sold it to my friend.
And we do have a very good probability of coming back to the 25% level. It is something that does happen about 60% of the time.
Fell asleep in the chair, she accidentally hit the lip, so they started looking up, and she was still asleep. And she got almost up, then she slipped.
Back to initial balance low. We did come up and tap that fair value gap again. Here in the first few minutes of that 15-minute candle. And that is the first 15-minute fair value gap that was actually created today. Just depends on how far up that 15-minute fair value gap we want to go. Hopefully it's just a tap and go to the downside. If not, we'll be looking for a pullback to the 21% of that, which is going to be, yeah, pretty close to the halfway point of that fair value gap. So yeah, that may very well be what we're looking for. We're looking at happening here. The 21 still hasn't come back below our stop in profit, and the 9 is curling back up. Yeah. So if we're looking at the fair value gap, we're back at the bottom of it. 50% level is right at the 25% of the initial balance. So if we get taken out here in profit, then we'll be looking, to take a trade at that level again. Back to the short side.
Everything gotta be black and white. The 21 has come below our stop in profit, but not by very much yet. The 15-minute is just now lining up with the SMAs to the downside.
It looks like we're probably going to come back to the 50% of the, or 50 or 25% of this 15 minute for value gap. All right, so we were taken out in profit on all of our top one accounts. We still got, there we go. There's out there. And taken out on Tradeify. So we are in profit for the day, but I'm going to have to try to take another trade up here at the 25% level. Okay. And I'm going to go a little bit smaller on size here on these. And there it is. I'm going to go ahead and take the trade there on everything. This will keep us above the 200 and above the SMAs on the 15. And if we lose this one, well, you know, at least we'll be in a very small loss for the day. And that is a really, really strong push up. Really strong push up. Right to the 9 on the 15 minute, the 75% level on the fair value gap. Obviously, if this fair value gap doesn't hold, then we could just be in a big 15-minute ranging day.
Not today, though. At least not yet. Not today. All the way back to volume. Quite a bit here.
Yeah, that's all right. Leaving that runner's all right, man. Yeah, it's a really strong push up. Back up to the 15-minute 200. Right through the SMAs. I'm not liking this. I mean, I had to take the trade. But yeah, that is what it is.
In it for a while or closing out back at break even, man. I don't think I'm going to go for it. I think I would allow this.
Okay, I've got a little bit larger of a stop on my top one accounts because I did reduce the size on those. And yeah, that's going to be a big 5-minute fair value gap. If this holds, we could take one more trade at the 50% level of the initial balance. We have 4 minutes left. See if we invert this 15-minute gap. But that's that was tough. That was tough. Let's see if we do that. If we look at a range here on the 15-minute, we're right at the 50%. Um, you know, I'm willing to take one more trade here. I'm still in the trade on my top ones. We did break structure to the downside. We're back at the 50%. This is just kind of where I would expect us. And if we go take out the low of day, then you know we are at our target profit there. This will be the last trade on the Tradeify account. Yeah, we're still in the trade on top ones. And on the top ones, I'll just expand one of these. We have $97 in profit. We're negative 58 right now. We do have a much wider stop loss. The stop loss on that is 47,584, which is just below the stop loss we now have on Tradeify, which is 584 is above the 50% mark of the IB. So, yeah, we're good on all of these. If we do lose on the top one accounts, we'll be down, you know, $30, $35. If we lose this on the Tradeivate account, we are currently negative 79, so another 125 would put us, well, yeah, we're negative 87, so it would be down around $200 on Tradeify if we lose this one. So we're just gonna have to see. Like I said, I mean, this should just be a big 15-minute ranging day. Yeah, and it looks like we are going to invert that 15-minute fair value gap. But we're going to let these trades run. I mean, if this, we got 40 seconds left in the 15-minute candle. If we close below the SMAs, maybe we got a chance. You know, we'll just have to see. You know, the 15-minute isn't spreading out, obviously, because we're back and forth. So that's nasty. That was a nasty push back up in the last 30 seconds of the 15-minute candle. No, we did not invert it, so Zach just put the link up for the form. There's a giveaway.
They just now pour out the alcohol kitchen. And maybe more of a living space, because they never use the grill.
Okay.
Stop the smoke again. inside, under the cover. So they put a bin on there and still put it out. Yeah, they want to see it. He wants it on.
All right. Yeah, 15-minute closed above all of the SMAs. We didn't invert the fair value gap. We didn't close above the 200, but you know, as it's still just it's pretty tough. Thinking that we're going to come all the way back down from here. I mean, we do the probabilities on the IB. You know, there are times where we do reach the 50%, which is right up here at the support pivot around 577. Yeah, we do get up there every once in a while before coming back down below initial balance. But we just have to see, right? I mean, that was a big push up. And fair value gapped through the 25. So that's the tough part, right? We've made the 5-minute fair value gap here. It's a pretty big one. And if you're looking at this as DRT levels, we fair value gapped through the 25% level, which could very well mean that we're going to go back up, all the way back up to initial balance high. Okay. And, you know, there's not much you can do about that, right? We're also going to be creating a 15-minute bullish gap and we inverted the 15-minute bearish. Well, we haven't inverted it yet, but if we do, we've also created a bullish gap when we're inverting the bearish. So that's a little tough. It's just not a good sign for us, right? So, but it is what it is. I mean, we can't win every day. We've done the best we could. Yeah, it sucks that we were in $300 in profit on everything, holding for that 4-minute $400 profit, and maybe we end the day in drawdown now. But you know, we're staying. Yeah, we'll be staying below daily profit maximum, daily loss maximum. So you know, that's what you do. That's how it goes sometimes. I was wanting to take some of that profit off down around the $300 mark. I just didn't get everything set fast enough. Should have had it set before we got there, so that I could have just taken, you know, about 3 contracts off, and locked in some of that profit. But you know, that's definitely something we have to pay attention to a little bit more next time. We just touched the 50% and the support level, support pivot.
Let me take this off a little, fall forward.
So we'll see what happens there.
Jump on. This is for your eyes. I keep thinking to keep a conduit, but I want to catch that water and use it for my flowers, and I never think about it.
You gotta leave something there.
Yeah,
I have to do this every one.
I know, it's just a waste of water.
I have to see what happens here at 50% of the IB.
What's wrong with my water?
company. But I don't like different story.
In the chat. In the chat.
Take me to the furniture store. I gave up with the chair. I'm just gonna use my foot.
I'll tell you, if I get in that chair and set it back and turn that heat on it, the socket, I'm out in 10 minutes.
Find a way to police it through
I'm not a person to take a nap, but now with the stupid disease, I have
police it across all the
this kid holding me over the
everywhere
just
on X.
20 minutes.
Well, it depends on my diabetes too, you know. Sometimes it
Yeah, the
goes a
day.
little high and it'll make me sleepy.
But I don't like the language today.
No,
So I try to do
I'd be out for 3 hours.
yeah, just 20 minutes. Perfect nap.
My mother, she goes stretched off the bed, lengthwise.
And we were all gonna make it work.
I don't know.
Not too much room in there.
That's a big one, square table back here.
Just to put a screen in.
Because Alan's wife comes down there all the time, and there's Julia
Yeah,
always
that
hovering
one,
around
yeah.
her, and,
Susan.
yeah.
This thing has nothing to do. You have to clean it later. You'll have to be here. What's your deal? Your daughter doesn't live in Football.
Clean my own house. Okay, make our way back.
All right, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Got a lot of people on this one tonight. A lot of people in 5 minutes. I will say that. Just under 100. All right, guys. This is why I'm not. I can't do it. Again, I'm gonna let you know when you still gotta be on the live stream. This is gonna be the game. I'm actually gonna go in Discord. Someone tells me.
Something simple.
Before you know who's driving.
Everybody needs credit cards, I just see nothing set up. You know, so even if that, you know, see nothing. Oh, my whole thing. You got it, Mr. Bank. And, the paper bill, stuff. They said, he said, she got a notification that it was through. They put it, they got $4. Put it with the good. Now, you don't pay $700. Now, they did give her Social Security check, put through that out, but they didn't open up the account for it. But they canceled the account. Mine was on that card. I didn't go to the Chase Bank. When he left me to pay my bill, and then that put it in his check. And really looked at it and they found a order something. So let's take out cash.
YouTube is cool also. Try to play by the rules here. Let's see, 45 seconds.
Well, everybody did my job that way. I told her, I want you to change this. And start speaking to blank check. Or to find something, you know, to pay the bill for the month.
25 seconds to
You
go.
should have brought it out of the bank.
P. Jester, Sebastian, the Daily Tale, Starboy, Mark 4-footed, BT Art, Daniel down on the bottom. Macro Time, Joey Adams in there, Nightwalker in there. Streamer coming from behind. Golden CH in third, Daily Tale in second, Jazz in third. Oh no, we got Stop Loss getting hit. We got Liquidity getting run. Green Seal coming out of nowhere. Another 49.
They have no investigation.
Wait a minute, this is
They don't tell somebody a lot about it. They just figure it out. They found out somebody paid their rent. They didn't have to pay. Part of that money.
But guess what? A scammer did not win.
Because mom is the only state account I've got on it. They have an actual 1,000.
Insta-funded account from Stop Loss. Don't use the chat for my
Because I think somebody in their office, they pay so fast. You don't know who's got a hold.
Very nice. There he is. He's in chat. These will come directly to your email. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to fill anything else out. They come directly to your email after.
You know that black guy that used to have in there? Yeah, he is. It was big stuff.
Want a private access account? You can
He was kind of there.
Riley's. I don't want to open up. Remember, guys, tomorrow. Trying to give everybody the heads up. Tomorrow, guys.
Well, I'm just going to say people.
The heads up is going to be. You're going to go, where's the form? Where's the form? Where's the form? There's the form. Hop in today. If you can't get in, shoot me an email to support at Real Deal Futures or a DM on any social, and I'll make sure I get you in. Also, we have a X giveaway that's going to be ending today. I do giveaways nonstop, guys. I'm giving out hella accounts. Hang on one second. I'm going to link this for you. X, if you're on X, you guys should be able to see it. I'm giving out 5 50K accounts on X. You guys can. No problem necessary. Also,
I have never seen the thousand, Mr. Cotton.
bam.
I just got that bandana.
It is on X. Here it is. The
I'll keep on it.
giving
I
out.
think, you know, just love it, love it,
Gotta
love
do
it.
the little BS on X, likes, retweets, you know, whatever the whole thing, no purchase necessary. If you guys want to check it
I
out,
want to see it sometimes.
crazy. We got so many people streaming on X. Welcome, man. I appreciate you being here. I'm here live every morning. And if you guys, it's your first time, I'm happy to have you here. Thanks for being here. Hanging out in this trade just to talk about
And that time I saw her, she was in the office. They always said that.
retest of V.
Did anybody show the video?
Guys, I really don't like the way this structure is formed. I've already talked about
Why
it.
would they say that?
Well, it's not
They had videos on Monday night.
that. I'm going to maintain that.
I'm just telling you.
I'm going to hold for the
So I
continuation.
put Paula, just see it there for this month.
I'm gonna take a real quick break, everybody.
Towards the 300s, 47,300s. I think at the earliest, right into the 325s, I said is where I would like to be taking this. Why price action market structure? If I look left down below this low, next area is going to be down here. You can even see it coming all the way back here. How that level's come into play, right? Tested multiple times as highs and lows. That's targets to the downside. I could even see holding this thing longer if we do dance around up here for a while and then come through the low. We come back up on this. It depends on what it looks like. Really depends on what it looks like. If I clip it for a break even or I clip it for a small win or a small loss. But I'd prefer to be holding my trades. I'm waiting patiently to put my trades on. If you guys have been watching over the last couple weeks, waiting patiently to put them on. I want to put them on with full risk, and I want to either take a full win or a full stop out, right? Or something that's a larger stop out or a larger win than just these small couple $100 back and forth. Anyway, guys, that's my play for today. Short from 47,590, stop at 47,787. Looking for the 47,300, low 300s, let's say 47,000, low 300s into the 200s, 250s. We'll see. We'll see if we get that. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Quick disclaimer while we are on here. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is. Even if funded prop firm accounts and
Yeah, we're back.
top that we're talking about today, Bookmap, Code RDF, Edgeful, and others. Always, guys, do your own research. Make your own.
Oh, no, I had to get to it. And I'm on myself overnight. I think that's, I don't even know what's going on.
Appreciate you guys being here. Great rest of the day. I'll be letting you
But I think it's all really scary.
You got a pretty good idea out for me. But we'll see what they think off December. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of the day.
It could have been worse. I mean, right there. You would expect it to be true. Maybe trying to get rid of it back in the city.
Still holding out of his trade. We did move to break even on the Tradeify account. On the 15-minute, we are still in a downward motion here. 522 is basically the 15-minute 9, but it's still all too clumped together. 531 is VWAP, so I need to actually where is my stop on that? Okay, move that up to 553. Oh wait, where's not this not? Where's VWAP? Where'd VWAP go? Oh, VWAP sitting right with the 200. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we're still fighting to stay below the 15-minute 200. We keep pushing back above the 15-minute SMAs. We still haven't inverted this 15-minute gap, but we're really close to doing so. Um, yeah, that didn't look good at all on the 2 minute.
I would think that why we told in my head, my head, broken the bathroom, and just all over my head.
Yeah, just weren't able to get back down below everything there. London close.
I like to read my page on the reach the tone that I want, instead of thinking about feeling.
Previous sessions close. Previous sessions low is what we're fighting at here. Just don't know if we can. We've got to get back below it and hold below it, which we didn't do. I mean, we got below it, broke initial balance, then shot right back up above previous session low, and we're not getting any really strong movement to the downside here to keep us below that. I mean, we need to break this. We need to break the 2 minute 21 to the downside here. But we're going to need some strength to do so.
They don't like to get the second tag. Well, let's check the AMB gets on the road and do the paper. Well, now the second paper is out. You try following him? Following this schematic? And then the other phone that's in, not hit.
I don't like where the SMAs are sitting on the lower time frame, but the higher time frame, I mean, the 15 minute does seem to be starting to spread out a little bit, but we've got to get back below this 2 minute 21 and get it to roll over to even have a chance to get down to our take profits. The last 5 minutes, this 15-minute candle could just come right back up and close above the 200.
I don't know why, because the guy that's on his car hasn't told us why. And it has something to do with it. I think what happened was he had never seen the title of the property, somebody, and it was going to somebody else's name. Tell us that.
I'd really like to see this close below the previous session low on the 15 minute. But we are fighting it here. Go grab a little bit more to drink. Oh, wait a minute. Did that shoot through and didn't close the trade? Oh, no, that's the entry. Duh. Stops up there. Oh, 2 minutes. Left in this 15-minute candle. Can we close below the SMAs? Can we get a elephant bar off the 200 here with all the SMAs and a narrow state? That is the first time I've seen it break below the 21, but it has to stay below the 21. Still got 2.5 hours left on the 4-hour candle. Yeah, it couldn't stay below the 21 there. No elephant bar off in the narrow state. Oh, not looking good for us. Not looking good. 15 seconds left. Looks like we're going to close above the SMAs. Oh, yeah, the 15-minute at 9 just curved way up. That's not good. That's not good for us right there. That's not good for us at all. We just can't get back below the previous session's low. It's 11:30. Back above the 15-minute 200. It's about to take us out. And we did reduce our risk on this one. Yeah, we're still in the trade on top one. You know, what do we do here with the 15-minute swing high? I just don't know.
Yeah.
So where are we at on our loss? I mean, we're not minus $96. You know, we can actually still take another trade if we stay below the 50% of the initial balance. But, you know, we're still, I mean, we've got 15 more minutes before we actually invert this fair value gap, which we have yet to invert. I'm still, if we get an elephant bar here to the downside, I'm still willing to take this short. And that's the 50% of the entire move. And this is the 50% of the initial balance right down here, right up here at this bottom of this 5-minute fair value gap. I mean, the 15 minutes seems to be holding, right? The question is, you know, when is it actually going to make the push we're looking for? I think we're doing a pretty good job with our risk management, keeping everything in line.
When she goes out in the morning, she'll lay here to me, I'm just laying around, catching up on the map.
Yeah, do we wait another 26 minutes and wait for the last 2 hours of the 4-hour candle to push down? You know, what do? So we did break this swing high on the 2-minute, but we haven't broken this one. So if we see some force to the downside again, I would be forced to take the trade again. And then again, pull my stop down. I don't want to be risking the full amount there. Man. Definitely not an easy day to trade. Almost makes you wish we'd just taken the profit at $300, right? Instead of trying to catch that last $100 out of it. But you know, I mean, that is what it is. The next time we do that, we'll definitely be looking to take the majority of our profits off at the $300 mark. But I mean, we didn't even come close to the average excursion from breaking the IB low. So if we put on session volume profile, I would imagine we're probably at the well, where is it? Oh, we could put it on that one. Indicators, session volume profile. We can put it on the 15-minute. Well, where are you? Seriously, it didn't go up? Oh, there it is. Okay, they're both on there. Delete one. Settings. From 8 a.m. to 4:30. So let's go to 9:30 to 4:30. Okay, there it is. And then Point of control. Oh, we want to make that red. Yeah. Value area up. Value area down. Okay, so I mean we are up here around the top of the value area. The point we're right at point of control. Question is, where do we go from here, right? Huge low volume node down here, and we're building low volume node here. So that's not looking good for us. The 21 is starting to roll over here. Or at least flatten out. So see what price does at point of control for today. I mean, we could clean up these low volume nodes here. You know, this one pretty much stopped and came up. I don't know. I mean, this is 4 candles that have come up to the top of this fair value, 15-minute fair value gap and not inverted. Actually, I'm going to move down. I'm going to reduce this again. I'm going to go ahead and take a short here. I mean, the 15-minute just does not want to invert this. You know, our stop loss now is going to be well above us here with 3 contracts instead of 5. If we do get back into a downtrending market, then we certainly could look to add to this trade and get back a little sooner. To get our profit target up a little faster. But we have got to see something go one way or another here. We're getting close to 2 hours left on this 4-hour candle. You know, does it continue pushing down? And go back down to see its low? Or is it just going to stay up here in this range? I mean, I just don't know. Ooh, that was nasty. That's a clearing candle on the 2 minute. Two minutes left. I think we're gonna invert that gap. Back up to the 50% of the IB. The probabilities put the odds in our favor here, but this could be the outlier day that causes us to, break the probabilities here. Okay, so we're out on all of our top one trades there. I'm going to move this up just above the 7.0 on the 2 minute. As if we are going to stay in this range, I mean, there's the 6.2 on the push down that broke structure. Where are we at here? Minus 27. Okay, we're going to go back in here to the downside, and we're going to see the 6.2 or 7.0 holds. If it doesn't, then we're out for the day. And I really would want to see this go back to the 75% level of the IB anyway. Okay, and this will definitely be the last trade of the day to see what happens here. Okay, on trade of 8, where are we at? Minus 150. And we're $50 down, so we're actually minus 100 before the trade. So if we lost this trade, it would be 225 to 250, which would be our max daily loss limit anyway. We're minus 29, minus 30 on the top one accounts. If this trade fails, we're looking at 150 negative on the day, which is still $100 below our daily max loss. This trade is either going to work or fail. Be the last trade of the day. We did have really good displacement to the downside that broke structure, closed below structure on the 2 minute. This is our 6270 retrace. Definitely do not want to see the 7.0 get broken on this one. So our stop is just above that. We do have the 5-minute fair value gap to contend with. Our SMAs aren't looking good. We're just going with the probabilities on the initial balance breakout here. We're coming up on the 2-hour mark on the 4-hour candle. And I will be right back. All right. Hmm. Yeah, well. I just don't know. We are above point of control. We reached back up to value area high. Six more minutes till 4 hours candle reaches the 2 hour mark. Coming back down to point of control in the 15-minute 200. Coming up on the noontime hour. New York VWAP is right at the 200 as well. Alright. I've pulled my stop down on all these. I don't know. We're not. We're not getting past 50% of this last 15-minute bullish candle. We're not getting back below point of control or the 200. I pulled my stop down to the 15-minute swing high because we just swept one swing high. If we sweep this one, then we're definitely going to be in an uptrend here. And I just want to control my losses as much as possible here. And we now have 2 hours left in the 4-hour candle, so we're going to see if it's going to go down and fill up this wick that we made in the first 2 hours, or if it's going to start heading back up towards the highs. So there's no point in keep playing around with this if it doesn't start moving in one direction or another. Maybe we play around in this area for the next hour, and then it finally breaks down to the downside, but in the afternoon. But it's just not something I want to stay in here if this doesn't start moving back down here shortly. Point of control, Kim's is flipping around here a little bit. We do have the inverted 15-minute fair value gap to deal with, which is going to work against us a little bit here. Yep. Yeah. Not looking good. Stop is right at value area high. Of course, we're in the lunch hour, so not really sure. Would like us to fall back below the point of control and actually get back below the 15-minute 200. Everything's just kind of flattened out here. We shall see. This trade could take a while. Oh, man. Oh, just taking the profit down at the bottom, we wouldn't have had to deal with all this. We would have been done at 10:30 this morning. 1034. Oh. Still bullish on the market overall, but I really wanted to see us have this 25% pullback on this 4-hour break of structure. Yeah, just pull back to 25% before going higher. But it is a Monday. It is a Monday. Got an hour and 45 minutes left on the 4-hour, or on the 4-hour candle. Ooh. If we can't get back below the 15-minute 200, then I don't know. Like I say, we've got our stop at the 15-minute swing high here because we swept one swing high. If we break this swing high again, making another higher swing low on the 15-minute, then we could very well be headed back up to the top, the high of day. And we'll just have to see. But I'm not gonna keep playing around with this. This is pretty much the last chance for the market to show me that we're gonna go back down to the initial balance low. Ooh. Much longer day of trading than I care to have. Would have liked this to have been over earlier. I mean, even if we locked in, 3 of those contracts at $300, I could have just called it a day after it came back and took us out in profit at that point. Hey, baby. What's you doing, girly? You want to come say hi? Hey, baby. Yeah, Choco girl. Good girl. You are. That's my girlie. Yeah. Give me some good love kisses. Yeah. All right, off. Go lay down. Go on, go lay down. Okay. Well, there's a little bit of hope. See if we get back below the 25% and hold it. Or if we get back through this 5-minute fair value gap. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pull my stop down a little bit here. Pull my stop down and everything else. We're back below previous session's low again. We need to close this below the 15-minute 9 though. If we push down like that and get back below all the SMAs in the previous session low and we can't hold that, yeah, there's no reason for me to take a loss, or at least not a full loss on this trade. If we can show some strength and get back below that 25% mark of the IB, stay below previous session low, then I can add to this trade. But it's got to show me that it's going to do that. Too many times we've dipped below it and then ended up pushing right back above again. So I pulled my stop down to just above the 2-minute SMA, or just above the 2-minute SMAs here. And we came back down to this volume shelf here to the downside, and just kind of rejected there for a moment. If we can get back below this volume shelf here and hold it, then we may be able to add to the trade there. Yeah, that fair value gap is down here at this volume shelf down here. $47,500 is the 25% mark there, which may be why we're having such an issue there. That round number at 47.5. We're going to be a little patient on adding to this trade, though. We are in this big 5-minute fair value gap. We still haven't been able to break below the 25%. We definitely need to see us, would most preferably like to see a fair value gap back through the 25% of the IB. But even this 15-minute candle, it's just not convincing at all. I mean, I would need to see, this 15-minute close down here below the 15-minute 9 and a strong close down here. I don't want to see this big buy wick right here. Okay, that's a color change off the 9. I'm going to go ahead and add to this trade here. I'm going to pull my stops down to there. That way just the top of this fair value gap will work. And that's at 547. Still need to see us get below the 500 mark though. Yeah, that was a strong elephant bar on the 2-minute. And I want to see that continue like that. I'm going to go ahead and add to my trades on top one as well. Hey, we've got 5 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. And I'm going to go ahead and pull my stops down on my top ones as well to about $25. Yeah, let's pull that. Yeah, I'll keep those there. I mean, if this doesn't move now, I don't know when it will. So I'd rather just keep my stops tight at this point. See if we can at least go visit the value area low again. You know, this 15-minute candle isn't showing us a lot of strength to the downside here, but it could in the last couple of minutes close below the 15-minute 9. But yeah, I mean that's just we got about an hour and a half left on the 4-hour candle. If we come back up above the 200 again here, I mean, there's just no reason for me to hold on to this trade because it's just not moving. Yeah, I mean, now this candle's going to close green. Yeah, I thought we might make a 15-minute fair value gap there, but just didn't happen. We got back down into that inverted 15-minute, and it just pushed right back up on us. So and right back above, yeah, right back above previous session. Yeah, just a horrible candle for us. So yeah, negative 187 in Tradeify. Just we won't be trading that one. We're only negative 42 in the Ignite accounts, and you know we're still in the trade. Amazing enough, in some of the other accounts, but I don't know. It's just going to be a 21 hold. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, we're not getting a real good reaction here off the 21 to the downside on the 2-minute. At least not yet. All right, I will enter one more time here, but again, I'm going to pull this stop way down, and if this isn't a 21 hold, then there's no reason to stay in the trade. Again, we'll go in here. We're going to pull this way down. Looking for a 21 hold here. $13 risk on that account. Yeah, no, just not going to do it.
Order filled.
Thank you. Let's see. Well, I keep getting in because it still keeps showing a 21 hold here. Whether it stays, I don't know. But I think this would have to be our last one in this account for sure. Because that would put our Tradeify account at a $250 loss. Yeah, pretty darn close to it. So we'll put it up at the top of the fair value gap. It rebalanced. It did not invert. But we're still dealing with this bullish 5-minute gap as well. So I just don't know what we're going to do here. I'll be right back. Got some breakfast cooked for me here, so. We couldn't close below the 15-minute. 9 is starting to turn up. And we just can't stay below that previous session close either. I don't know. We're coming up on 12:30. Maybe we start getting some strong moves again here somewhere between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. If that's to the upside, so be it. We're done for the day. If we get it to the downside, then that would be great. But just have no clue where this is going to go, so I just have to keep myself within my daily loss limit. Tradeify is almost there. Our top one accounts have plenty of room, but I'm just not looking to trade this any more than this today. If this fails right here and closes back above the 15-minute 200, then I'm not interested in trading it anymore today. I feel I've done everything I can do based on the probabilities of the initial balance setup, and there's just really nothing else I can do here to try to get the win out of this trade today. I'm definitely going to review NASDAQ tonight. The probabilities on NASDAQ seem to be a little bit higher than YM, which would mean we have days like this on YM a little bit more often than we do on NQ. But I'm going to review that tonight and take a look at everything and see if that's the case or not. I mean, there's always going to be times in the market where one or two assets act a little bit better than others. And we may be in that position on YM, where ES or NQ might be acting a little bit better according to the probabilities. So we'll take a look at that and see what we can find.
Hush.
Miss Missy, enough.
Order filled.
I want to bring him back, but I wanted to eat.
So we got an hour and 19 minutes left in the 4-hour candle. If this candle is going to close down towards its lows, we should see that in the last hour. We have got to close below that previous session low and hold it finally to even think about going back down to initial balance low. Now, 50% of that 5-minute fair value got pretty well held. We need to see it close below the 15-minute 9 here.
Order filled. I don't know why I'm playing around with this thing anymore. It's just not going to work. No. It's just not going to work. No, I'm out. That's full daily loss limit there. There's no point.
I'm still in the trades in 3 of my top 1 accounts. I am negative 148 in my 3 Ignite accounts. I won't be trading that anymore. We'll lock out of those.
Order filled. Order filled.
And there goes the rest of them getting tagged out. So we're negative $64 there. I'm just not going to deal with this anymore. It is just not moving at all. It's just going to sit here and shake everybody out. Maybe it makes a move this afternoon, but even then, I'm not interested in it at all. I mean, we've moved a bit, for sure. 720, 400 point, 350 point move, but it's not going anywhere. All we did was expand the range and then come right back inside and sit here in the range. So I'm not interested. I think I did the best I could. Probably should have taken the $300 profit when we got down there, but we weren't anywhere close to take profit levels when we broke through. So I couldn't justify closing the trade. I mean, negative 61 on that account. Lock us out. Negative 67 on that account. Lock it out. Okay. And we are negative 148 in the 3 Ignite accounts. Yeah. And we've already locked out, so. Here's what it is. Can't win them all. And we didn't win today. So no matter what it does here in the afternoon, I don't like trading this late anyway. If I'm not done by 11:30, 12 o'clock, I really don't like to be trading after that. So we're going to call it a day here, and we'll come back tomorrow and do it all over again. Until then, stay blessed.